Hi, I'm Mike Tenney, host of Pop Culture Catechism on Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Word, a reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus also told this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and regarded others with contempt. Two men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee, standing by himself, was praying thus: God, I thank you that I am not like other people, thieves, rogues, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give a tenth of all my income. But the tax collector, standing far off, would not even look up to heaven, but was beating his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his home justified rather than the other. For all who exalt themselves will be humbled, but all who humble themselves will be exalted. I want to read this one line again. Jesus told this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and regarded others with contempt. Ooh, if that one doesn't hit you right in the heart, right in the conscience, I don't know what will. How often do we look at other people and think, oh, if they just did it like me, or if they just saw things the way I saw things? How easy is it for us to see others with contempt? It's so easy, and it's poison. It's the voice of the evil one, really. And Jesus is telling us, sometimes even if we see ourselves as a holy person, even if we're the church person who helps out at church, or maybe even has a role in ministry, maybe we're the one our family looks to as like the religious one, the Catholic one, the Christian one, oftentimes we can be the ones in the wrong, even more so than the tax collector. Now, we hear tax collector and we're like, all right, yeah, I guess people don't like our IRS agents. But for people of Jesus's day, to be a tax collector was like the worst thing you could do. It didn't just mean you were collecting taxes. It meant you were working with the Romans rather than with the Jews. You were you had betrayed your people and your family and your God to support the evil occupying army rather than be on the side of your own people. And oftentimes the way tax collectors were paid was they would exploit, they would take more than was due in taxes, and then they got to keep that. And Jesus is saying sometimes that person, when they come with humility, can be holier than the religious person who does all their religious observations with pride. And so if we consider ourselves Christians, Catholics, good church-going people, we should often look at ourselves with humility, because as Jesus says, all who humble themselves will be exalted. One more thing about this passage, the tax collector says, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. This is the root of what is often called the Jesus prayer. And you can link it up with your breathing, where you breathe in and you think, Jesus, Son of God, and you exhale, have mercy on me, a sinner. And this is a prayer that people have prayed for thousands of years. It's a great way just throughout the day to remind yourself that God is in charge. I have been Mike Tenney, and this has been Awaken the Word.